Let's talk about the concept of differential reinforcement. Differential reinforcement is a set of behavior modification techniques used in applied behavior analysis. It works by not only increasing adaptive skills but also no longer reinforcing the maladaptive ones. Differential reinforcement sets a rule that there is a difference in what behaviors will be reinforced and which will be placed on extinction. The last letter of the three-letter acronym identifies the behavior to reinforce. Let's learn about a few types of differential reinforcement. Differential reinforcement of alternative behavior, DRA. DRA involves reinforcing a behavior that serves as a desirable, functionally equivalent alternative to the target behavior to reduce the occurrence of the target behavior. If a person engages in disruptive behavior, such as yelling for attention, DRA might involve reinforcing the person for using appropriate communication methods to express his need for attention, like saying, "Excuse me." DRA addresses the fact that all behavior is communication. It teaches individuals to get their point across using more socially age and ability appropriate methods. Differential reinforcement of incompatible behavior, DRI. DRI involves reinforcing a behavior that is physically incompatible with the undesirable target behavior, making it difficult for both behaviors to occur simultaneously. If a child exhibits aggression, hitting others, DRI might involve reinforcing an alternative behavior incompatible with aggression, such as placing hands in pockets during transitions. The two behaviors are not functionally related, they simply cannot be done at the same time. Differential reinforcement of other behavior or differential reinforcement of zero rates of behavior, DRO. DRO involves reinforcing any behavior other than the target behavior, regardless of its nature, to reduce the frequency of the target behavior. A supervisor usually sets up a DRO interval. If a child does not engage in the target behavior during the interval, zero rate, the child is reinforced for anything but the target behavior. For example, if a child engages in licking his fingers, a DRO might be used. If the child does not engage in finger licking during a 5-minute interval, an adult might reinforce the child for staying seated, singing, sharing, or any other behavior, anything but licking fingers. The next two differential reinforcement types highlight behaviors that are not problematic on their own. The rate, not the behavior itself, presents a problem. Differential reinforcement of high rates, DRH. DRH involves reinforcing a behavior when it occurs at a higher rate than a predetermined criterion, encouraging an increase in the frequency of the behavior. In other words, DRH is used for the behaviors that are in the child's repertoire but do not happen often enough. Suppose a teacher wants to increase the rate of a student's participation in class discussions. In that case, DRH might involve reinforcing the student for making multiple relevant contributions during a given time frame. If the child reaches a predetermined criterion, a reinforcer will be provided. Differential reinforcement of low rates, DRL. DRL involves reinforcing a behavior when it occurs at a lower rate than a predetermined criterion, encouraging a decrease in its frequency. If an individual tends to talk excessively during work meetings, DRL might involve reinforcing the person for limiting their comments to a set number or duration, encouraging less frequent talking. Unlike DRO, the goal of this method is not to decrease the behavior to zero, but rather decrease it to more appropriate levels. These differential reinforcement techniques are flexible and can be adapted to various situations based on the specific needs and goals of behavior modification programs.